Alright, hey everyone, what's going on? This is going to be my fifth video for the Europe trip 2018. I know it's a lot, 6 videos, it's actually quite a lot, but come on. In comparison to how many places that I had actually been to, 6 videos isn't really that much, you know? And today I'm gonna cover August 5th to August 8th. Ooh, which is kind of funny, because, yeah, I am August 5th to August 8th. So that's only 4 days, so not too big of a deal, right? And today, joining with me here is a cup of yogurt. So where did we last leave off? We were in Gothenburg, August 4th, and we had a pretty nice seafood dinner, pretty cheap relatively. We went to the central station at night, and we were running out of time. We went to Hemköp, which is a supermarket. We grabbed all the things we needed. We bought them. We had a roast chicken. I got salad. And, you can actually make your own salad in Hemköp. That's pretty nice. And I also bought some biscuits. And we rushed to the central station. And we went from Hamburg... No, wait. We went from Göteborg Central Station, Nin, to Copenhagen Central Station, and then to Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. And by the time we arrived at Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, it was 5:30 a.m. and it was cold. It was cold. Alright, and wow. It's been a long time. It's been over a month ago, and now I'm trying so hard to recall everything. It was cold. You know what? I'm just gonna look at the photos, because I can barely remember anything. Alright. So it was cold. We went off the train, and we sort of stayed in the central station for a while. And by for a while, I mean for 2 hours. So that's actually pretty long. And I was very sleepy. Everyone was really sleepy. Everyone was really tired. We stayed at like a food court or something. There's a really funny restaurant name. I'm trying to find it. What's the name of that restaurant? That friggin' restaurant. What's that name? Oh, Mr. Clow. It's like clout, but without a T at the end. Mr. Clow. And we went there, and we just sat there for 2 hours while my mom and my dad were looking for, like, I don't know, ticket refunds and all that. And we put down our bags in the lockers because we wanted to go out first, and we can't go into our Airbnb immediately because, issues from the Airbnb department. And then that is when I made a fatal mistake. I forgot to take out my new SD card. And I had to... I only have my own SD card. Like, I brought 4 SD cards to the trip, and I was there. The one in my camera was the 3rd one, and it was almost running out. So I needed to get the 4th one, and I forgot to get the 4th one because I couldn't think. I was too tired. So I'm screwed. Yeah. So we went out of the central station, and we decided to have a nice walk at a street named Mönckebergstraße. Yep. And it's completely empty. It's dead silent. No one was there. There were a couple of people, but almost no one were there. There were these lines of trash on the ground, and there were a lot of homeless people everywhere, left and right. It's pretty scary. And then we came across this crazy Starbucks, rich men's Starbucks, which is like Pantheon but smaller. And then we continued walking, and we arrived and we already passed by like 2 churches. There were so many churches in Hamburg. It's ridiculous. And then we arrived in City Hall. And we waited. It's not open yet for some reason. And there were these, I believe, Taiwanese people, like students. And yeah. And then we went into the City Hall. It was really neat. It was really nice. And there was a book beside the entrance where you can write down stuffs, write down your name, write down your thoughts and all that, and keep it in history. Oh wow, I just dropped my phone. And the reason why I don't want to leave writings on that book is because I wanted the City Hall, when I leave the City Hall, I want the City Hall to be like the City Hall before I arrived. But no, my mom, my younger brother, they all wrote stuff down, so I wrote something down. I forgot what I wrote. I actually kind of forgot. But, I took a picture of it so I can find it. And then after that, we walked by the seaside. And then there was a huge, it's not a fountain, but just a giant, beam of water coming out of the sea. And then on our right side, it's the gay festival. I respect all gays and lesbians and all LGBTQ people, but it was overwhelmingly huge. It was like, these tents, and there were like stages, like people were gonna perform. There were these stickers and badges. It was called like Pride Day, Pride Festival, or something like that. And also, note that Hamburg is a really dirty place, like trash on the ground and stuff. And we arrived at Kunsthalle, which is the Hamburg Art Gallery, which is also perhaps the most underwhelming art gallery that I had been to in the trip. No. I take that back. The most underwhelming art gallery is Munch Museum in Oslo. Don't go there unless you're a huge fan of Edvard Munch. But yeah, Hamburg Kunsthalle, it's not that great. It's not that great. It's separated into the classic painting section and the modern painting section. And you can go to the other side through the underground tunnel, which is actually pretty sick. There were a couple of artworks in the modern section that I really enjoy. But in the classic section, not much, not that special, just portraits, and stuff like that. There was a dome room as well. And we went through the thing really fast, and my camera ran out of memory, so I had to use my own phone, which is a crime, but whatever. And then before we went back to the Hauptbahnhof, we decided to have lunch in a restaurant near the Hauptbahnhof, and the place is called Nagel, Nagel, and it's a pretty special place. I ordered meat pie, but it's actually luncheon meat. It's called luncheon meat here in Hong Kong, and it's called meat pie, but it's actually just pork, but smashed into a piece of cuboid. We also had knuckle for lunch, pretty good. We had corned beef because we were still a little hungry, and as dessert we had strawberry jelly with vanilla cream instead of vanilla ice cream with strawberry sauce. But it was pretty nice jelly, and we also got some of the lollipops. Okay, and then we go back to Hauptbahnhof. We went back for the lockers, and it just froze, and I got my memory card back, I got my SD card back, and I put it back in, and okay, finally. So we took a bus, and we went from the Hauptbahnhof to Otzenstraße, which is at the west of Hamburg. And for some reason I was in a really bad mood. I don't know why. I kind of forgot. But then after we arrived in the Airbnb, I sort of stayed in there for a very, very long time, for a few hours. I took a shower, and my mom and dad, they went out to buy stuffs in the supermarket, and at night we decided to go out for dinner, and just a couple streets away from our Airbnb, it's this Italian restaurant called Giovanni, who got a very, very low score in Google, but it was actually amazing, an amazing Italian meal. I had calzone, which is something that I never had before, okay? Ridiculous, right? I've never had a Yorkshire pudding, I've never had a shepherd's pie, I've never eaten in Domino's pizza before, and now I had the pleasure to enjoy my first calzone, which is really nice. We ordered a pizza, but turns out it was a calzone, and I was like, dude, it's a calzone. I saw Sean Evans and Andrew Babish make it on YouTube before, and we had lasagna, it was really good. Salad, it was really good. Steak, it was really good, and tiramisu at the end, and it was satisfying. It was a satisfying meal, and then we went back home. It was late, and I uploaded videos. Oh yeah, also I want to talk about my Airbnb a little bit. It's sort of like at the edge of the building, and it's sort of curving around. So my bedroom is shaped like this, all right? And then you go in through this. You go in, and you get the two bed on top. Okay, I'm gonna draw on painting, right? But the wall is curved. And of course the bed is not curved. So there's a point between the bed and the wall where it's super narrow. So I had to be very careful every time I walked through that. Wow. Or else my leg would have just gone. Alright, next day, August 6th. Alright. Yeah, day 22, apparently. Damn, how times fly. Okay, this is actually the best day in the trip. Even better than the first couple of days of Berlin, because straight up the most fun I had. First of all, we went to, we went out of our house, our Airbnb. It was all messy. Like, that district is very messy, like, dried leaves everywhere, graffiti everywhere, every corner of the wall, and we had to walk through red light district. And the red light district in Hamburg, Reeperbahn, is way more friendlier than the one in Amsterdam, I'm telling you. I filmed it and no one cared, and it was actually a really colorful red light district, a beautiful one, even, I may say that. And then we also stumbled upon Beatles-Platz. It's stinky. It's super stinky. Like, people pee in the plaza. But I actually do kind of like how there were song titles on the ground, and it was like rings of song titles, so it was pretty cool. And then I think we went to U-Bahn, and we went to Chilehaus. No, we were gonna go to Chocoversum, but we passed by Chilehaus, and it was actually a really, like, nice modern building. It's brown, and there were, like, patterns. It was really cool. And then we went to Chocoversum to find out that we needed to book online before that, and we needed to follow guided tours. And the next guided tour back then was 2 hours later, so we decided to not go inside to the Chocoversum and instead go to the shop, and we got ourselves some chocolate, including that caramel chocolate that I bought. I took a photo of it and I put it on Instagram story, and Jordana was like, chocolate, and then she was like, wait, do you have something else other than caramel? Because I hate caramel, but I love caramel, so Jordana, you're wrong. And then up next, we went to Dialog im Dunkeln, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's such a fun experience. So we went in there, and we paid. It was expensive, but it was worth it. My mom, my brother, my dad, and me, we paid for our tickets, and we went in. And then before going in, my mom and my brother were like, oh my gosh, it's so dark, I can't see anything, I can't breathe, oh my gosh. So they left, they jumped ship. So yeah, that's 25 euros wasted. But I went in because I don't want to waste the money, and I want to enjoy the dark. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so there's this guy, his name is Jens, 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 I think that's what he's called, and he held my hand and my dad's hand, and we walked around the dark room. Before going into the room, I wanted to use my camera to film it, but a little bit of light will destroy everything, so no lights allowed. So yeah, we went across the room, we touched the walls, there were ropes, there was I forgot what it's called. Yeah, anyway, there was a world map, and we get to touch around the world map, and then there were barrels of fruit, not really barrels, but more like a table shaped like a barrel, I think. I don't know, I couldn't see anything. Okay, there were these fruits, and there were real fruits. We get to sniff around them, and there were these jars of spices, and we get to open it and sniff it. And then there were these, there was a huge basket of letters, of wooden letters, and we get to make out like English words out of it, and German words as well. And let me think, what happened after that? I'm trying to recall. Damn. Let me think. What after? I think after that, yeah. During the whole experience, we were either holding the man's hand, Yen's hand, or we were touching the walls. All right. And there was a point where he just left, and there were no walls beside us. And then he said, "Follow my voice, follow my voice." And so I followed his voice. But my dad, his hearing isn't really that good, so he had a hard time following his voice. But it was fun. I was like reaching out my hands, and I tried to locate him, and it was fun. And then later we passed by the dark bar where we could literally order drinks in there, but we didn't do that. And then we sat down in a table where the guide, Jens, told us about his own story, and he also taught us how to make braille, which are basically dots, the blind people's language. They touch them and stuff. And he oh my gosh, I really should show you that, actually. He typed my name in a typing machine with braille. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, if I show you this, I'm gonna accidentally show off my name. Shoot. But here we go. That is the back of the piece of paper, and this is the braille. And yep, I'm not gonna show you for too long because I don't want you people to know my real name that early on. But yeah, there we go. This is the braille. The braille. And then after that, we had lunch at a place nearby. I don't know why, but my brother was like, I want to eat burger. So yeah, we went to a restaurant called Burger Lick. And it's Burger Lich. And oh my gosh, this restaurant is fantastic. I don't know which one's better. Is it Queveriet Majorstua, or is it Burger Lick? But yeah, Burger Lick's amazing. There were these tables, and there was you can order things by pressing onto a screen which was sort of hidden under the table, and then if you press it, it pops up, and there was a monitor, and you can touch screen, and you can order food by yourself. And I had a cheeseburger, and it was fantastic. I had a milkshake, it was fantastic. And alright, there we go. My Gorillaz album review finished exporting. Great. Alright, continue on. It was amazing. It was amazing. I had fries as well. I had salad as well. I accidentally ordered a huge salad. I should have just ordered the side dish one. But I didn't know it. But hey, whatever. And after that, we went back to Speicherstadt. Alright? We went across the bridge and we went to Miniatur Wunderland. Miniature Wonderland. I didn't expect much at first. Before I go there, I thought it's gonna be a bunch of miniatures, because Miniature Wonderland, right? But wow, it's spectacular. It's spectacular. Not gonna lie. And we also passed by the Hamburg dungeon and Miniature Wonderland. Oh boy, only me and my brother went in because it was expensive. And oh boy, there was an American section, there was a Scandinavia section, and then there's Italy downstairs, there's Switzerland, there's Austria, and there's Hamburg itself, there's the airport for some reason, and it was amazing. My favorite part is the Las Vegas part. And I love how there were so many days and nights in the Wonderland itself. Like in daytime, it was all white lights, and then white lights started to turn off, and red lights started to turn on, and it's sunset, and then blue lights started to come out, and it was all purple and stuff. It was nighttime, and then it was purple and black, and then there was sunrise again, and we went into the Wonderland for I think 4 days and 3 nights, or no, 4 nights. 4 nights. We went in there for 4 nights in the Wonderland time. And then after that, we stayed at a canteen in the Miniature Wonderland for a while. Oh yeah, on the day before, my battery for my camera died. So I only had 1 battery left, and I needed to charge the battery in the Miniature Wonderland canteen. And then after that, we went to St. Nikolai's Church. Wow. It was built in 11 something, like in the 12th century. So it's 900 years old. Yeah, 900 years old or something, around 900. And it was already ruined, but it's really beautiful. And after that, we took U-Bahn back home. We went to a market, very small supermarket called E-Active Market. And we went back home in Otzenstrasse, and that's basically it. And we had Chinese food again for dinner. My mom and my grandma literally fried spaghetti with vegetables. Why? Why are you doing this? It's not even... whatever. But, you know, my mom and my grandma also do make some delicious food. Anyway, August 7th. I have a lot to say about Hamburg, really. August 7th, early in the morning, we packed. We went straight up to Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. We put down our bags over there. And me, Mom, and my younger brother, we went all the way out to Dream Cars Modelautoladen. Modelautoladen. What's the name of the station again? It's a really weird name. Yeah, I'm trying to find the name of the station of the thing, but we went all the way out far away from the central station simply because of one reason, and we were in a rush. Okay, like we needed to leave on that day, but we went there all the way for one reason, and that is for Cedric. I want to buy a car for my best friend Cedric, because I wanted to buy a car for Cedric because he's about to leave school, and I wanted to buy him an amazing gift that he will remember. And of course, when I gave him the gift, he was super shocked. He was like, "You son of a bitch, you motherfucker, you actually bought me this." But yeah, okay, here we go. U-Bahn from Central Station to Landwehr. Yeah, that's the name of the station. We went in there, and we see the owner of the shop himself that I previously saw in the website. And I looked around, and there were a lot of cars, but they were all expensive, very expensive. I didn't really want to buy expensive cars because I don't want to waste that much money. Whatever, grammar Nazi, whatever. Originally, I wanted to buy a car model in between 10 euro to 20 euro, but then I spotted my friend Cedric's favorite car, Ford Mustang GT, in 1969, and it was 28 euros. But I was like, so, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And then I bought it, and my brother also bought two small car models, one for himself and one for his classmate, and it was 28 euros, but it was worth it. Now my classmate is just, yeah, now I miss him too, so I think it's worth it. So we went back to Hauptbahnhof, and my brother, no, that's before, before we went to Hamburg, my brother just ran all the way, and my grandma was like, "Hey, come back here." That was Gothenburg, right? Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, what was it like? Yeah. I had to carry my bag for like 20 minutes until the train arrives, and we went from Hamburg to Osnabrück. Yeah, Osnabrück Hauptbahnhof, until we took another train to Amsterdam Central, and it took a very, very long time. And we sat in the silent zone of the train, so we can't speak. And then there was this woman, this stranger across my seat, who was blasting music, and I heard it, and it was the silent zone. And then we arrived in Amsterdam, and it was hot. And then we took a train to Almere Central, and then we took a train to Lelystad, and then we were back in square one. And my mom's friend's daughter came up and picked us up, and that's day 23. Day 24, August 8th. Yeah. We were at Amsterdam and stuff. So in the morning, finally, I get to sleep all the way until I wake up naturally. Yeah, but it was also kind of the same in the previous days, but I don't know. I was pretty tired previously, but now I'm fully energized because I'm back to square one. And my grandma had to leave. My grandma had to leave. She had to go back to Seattle, USA. That's where she lives. Go and stalk her right now. Just kidding. And we took the car, like we were in a car, and we went to Schiphol Airport, and we said goodbye to our grandma, and then we went to a nearby McDonald's, and we had lunch over there. The McDonald's is in a district called the Omval, so there you go. And I had a McCrocket, which is a pretty not that special, not that tasty. Why would you put that in a bread, in a bun? It's not that. I would rather eat a Crocket alone, like only the Crocket without the bread. But yeah, and then I had ice cream, like a McFlurry and stuff, and yeah, that's it. And then Afternoon, we went to Zaanse Schans, which is the windmill village. And it was more Dutch than ever. Like, it was just green grass and river and ducks, and the rivers were all covered in these green moss, and there were cows. It stinks. And there were all these wooden bridges, Netherlands flag everywhere, and of course the windmills, the green windmills, blue windmills. And it was crazy. And then we were by the sea. The water was high in the sea, but the ground is lower. Stuff like that. But before we went in, my brother, I don't know, he had like car sick or something. He was car sick, and he was sitting behind me. So it was like a car with like 3 rows, all right? So I was in the second row, the middle one, and my brother is in the back, in my back, behind me. And my brother and I turned around, and I was filming him because I had a camera. I was making a documentary, stuff like that. I was filming him, and then he suddenly decided to pull the lever beside my seat, which, if you pull the lever, the middle row will fold in half, and you can enter the back of the car. So he pulled the lever somehow. He reached his hand and pulled the lever, and I was turning back, and I had my camera in front of me, all right? He pulled the lever, and the entire car, the seat, just smacked into the camera and smacked into my face. And I had braces on. That's even worse. And then I was like, ow, it hurts. And then my mom gave me a tissue, and I wiped it. It was bleeding. And it sucks. And my brother, he wasn't, like, he doesn't regret it at all. Like, he had no remorse. Like earlier that day, he bumped his head outside of McDonald's. Like, there was a little playground outside the McDonald's. It was like a little structure thing, and my brother bumped his head kind of mildly, and then my brother was like, dude, I bumped my head, my brain may explode and I may die. But my brother, his lips are bleeding. He's not gonna die, but my brain may explode and I may die. So yeah, no remorse. But anyway, we went to Zaanse Schans, and I tried to ignore. Yeah, you can actually see it in my videos. My lip here, right here, it was injured. And then we went to like this cheese shop. There were a lot of cheese. We bought cheese. We bought black truffle cheese. It was amazing. Smells amazing as well. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of stinky cheese, but I like also some other types of cheese. And we also met a Hong Konger over there, How, for some reason. And then we just went back. We went back to the house, their house, and that is day 24. On day 25th, I'm gonna leave that for the next video. But we would go to Rotterdam, and after that we would go to Brussels or Brussels, and then we would go to Letzebuerge or Villa Luxembourg. I don't know French pronunciation. I didn't study French for this trip. I didn't know that the entire Belgium speaks French. But yeah, I'll leave that for another video. Right now I need to watch 13 Reasons Why.